Hi everyone, just a bit of an update. The bandages came off yesterday. As you saw in this morning's video, I apologise for the delay. It just got really busy yesterday afternoon and I didn't get home until quite late. And that was basically because the minute I walked into Siloam Hospital, there was just so many lovely women from Australia there, either going in for a consult, catching up, doing other things, having reviews and things. It was just crazy. And these were people who, some of them, Audrey was there with her hubby, just sorting out her sad situation, which I'm sure you're all aware of, and her hubby's lovely. But other ladies who I won't mention here because they are sleeper ladies. So they're not people who necessarily are commenting on posts or anything like that or asking questions in particular, but they're watching in the background and they obviously had seen my videos. So I literally walked into the lift. One lady was there who's just gorgeous, and I was able to help her check in. And then next thing, Milan turns up on level 3 while we're checking in. It was just bizarre, really. And we had a lovely chat, and then caught up with some other ladies, and we really talked long and hard for ages about all the similarities that we experience at this time in our lives. Everyone's keen to hear my, why am I doing this at 58 video. So it's definitely coming. I'm going to go and grab some breakfast shortly and then I'll see about loading it up. I've got to empty some stuff off my phone. I think I've got to find a better way of doing this, and I did speak to someone last night who suggested just doing it on YouTube and then putting a link in so that I can do a whole timeline. It sounds so technical. Lucky I'm here with nothing else to do, so I can try and work out how does that work. I really need to pay someone, but I'm going to work it out because I don't need one of my grandchildren to help me do it. That's what I think. Because, it's 58, 68, 78. That's not old anymore. It's not. And we were all saying the same thing yesterday. None of us want to be considered ready to going out to pasture. Everyone's fit, healthy. Everyone looks amazing. Everyone's in the moment, having, really engaging, doing lots of different things. A lot of us have had lots of life experiences. Some of us have raised children, we've got grandchildren now, some of us don't. Some of us have been divorced, didn't have superannuation, which was pretty common back in the day. A lot of us married earlier. I married at 20. I had my first daughter at 22. I had finished having my children at 26. My daughter is 35 now, and she's only just had her first 2 kids. So things are different, but we didn't have superannuation as compulsory superannuation anyway in Australia back then. So a lot of us stayed at home and raised our kids before we went back to work or went back to work part-time. And that superannuation piece is missing for a lot of us. And for those of us like myself who got divorced, we also, as is what happens in most cases with divorce when you're raising children on your own, financially you are definitely hampered for the rest of your life. And so there was quite a few of us women in our late 50s through to our early 70s who are doing it on their own, who are finding it financially, difficult. Some of us are in the workforce and will be in the workforce for a long time. And, it is what it is. So it's just really cool talking to everyone yesterday and just listening to how similar our stories and life experiences are. Everyone wanted to know before I went in, what does it feel like with the bandages coming off? And dear Jo, I think I put it in the text at the top. Jo messaged me this morning. She's back in Perth. Hey Jo, and she said, was it like that feeling you get when remember we used to have a drop one perms in the 80s and they'd finally take the perming rods out? Yes, it is. Exactly the same feeling. She nailed it. That's exactly what it feels like. It's like, oh, thank God, somebody just massaged my head a little bit, and look at the results. After we gelled it up and boosted up and held it over a diffuser and did all whatever we did back in the 80s to offset the big shoulder pads and those humongous great big earrings. Those were the days. Come on. Anywho, exactly what it was like. Exactly. She nailed it. That's Jo. She's so good. Yeah, so I will do my why am I doing this video a little bit later. I've also done a bit of a tour of the little hotel that I stay in, because lots of people are asking about this hotel. There's not even 40 rooms in this little hotel, so it's not for everyone, definitely not for everyone. We've been staying here since before Jesus was born. I love the people, and you know, it's just really cool. And you can see, I mean, this is my door, there's the pool, and it's, you know, fantastic. But you'll have a look at the video. It doesn't have room service. It's got a bit of a restaurant, but you know, it's not, you know, it's not like staying, you know, at the Ayana, you know, which we've stayed at in the Premier Suite just by default because our room wasn't ready, and we got the Premier Suite for 2 nights. I'm so cool. Got some photos of that. Anyway, so come down in the world, instead of $3,000 a night, $35 a night, and it's really cool here. They've also got some suites, so I'll show you what that looks like. They're a little bit more expensive, but it's great. You know, it's 5 minutes from, or it's on Wankusari, so you know, it's literally 5 minutes to the beach, 5 minutes up to Molasti, 15 minutes to get to Legian if you want to have a nice walk. Warong's across the road, AU and her little Warong across the road, schmicko food for nothing, basically. I do a lot of shopping at the Indo supermarkets, which is sort of just down the alleyway and at the back. So you Indo supermarkets, Indo department stores, you're just paying Indo prices, and it's not your Mataharis or anything like that. It's really cool down there, and I feel quite safe around here as well, which I think is pretty important. Hotel staff are amazing, but you know, it's not for everyone because it is really super basic in the way that it's set up, and you know, you take your gamble with who might be your neighbours. But if everyone comes and we coordinate it nicely, could be a chance that the only people that are here are other women like ourselves. In fact, there's 2 or 3 ladies over the other side that have been asking, and every time the time I've come here, there's always been women sort of my age that have been holidaying on their own here. Occasionally, like, I've got 20-year-olds next door that moved in, that party, but they're okay. They're quite cute. Yeah. So I'll load that up so you can have a look at the hotel as well. I'll speak to you later. I'm going out to grab some breakfast because now I can walk out looking like reasonably human. Catch you soon.